Hey everybody, how we doing? This is AJ Tosh, calling strikes, and today we got a little something of a situation with Michael Conforto. Now, if you watch him at the plate, it's what happens is it's his upper body and his legs. They just seem to not be in sync. One seems to be doing whatever. It seems like when the lower body goes, the upper body is behind. He chases a lot of balls outside. And the numbers that he put up last year, I mean, to put a comparison on the COVID year, in 77 games, he's hitting 202, just around Mendoza. Last year in 54 games, batting 322. 7 home runs this year, 9 last year. I'm not going to go off the stolen base numbers. The walk rate, walks is obviously more, but that's okay. But if you go by 243 at bats, he's only got 49 hits. And if you look at his approach on the plate, it just hasn't been great. And mind you, there's been injury concern with there. There was an injury stint there. But even at the beginning of the year, the only highlight you really saw was the walk-off lean in hit by a pitch, and it should have been called back, but did not. So it was a walk-off. After that, he's had 2 moments where he's hit 2 key home runs, but that's really been about it. This is a Scott Boras client that was thinking about possibly getting known, Scott Boras, Max Scherzer money, but this is really getting insane. This is getting ridiculous. And another person he's going to have to try and sign this offseason, which he will, is Chris Bryant. Now, I think the Giants are going to have the best shot of re signing him, but the question is, how much money is realistic money? Can he and Javi Baez both get 200 million? Yes, except I think Chris Bryant is a lot more than Javi Baez by far. It simply comes down to this. The Mets cannot trade Michael Conforto, and that is your forever guy. So now the key thing is this. Is a Scott Boras client at the end of the year, regardless of what happens, Michael Conforto is so deep to get out of this. He's got about a month and a half left, maybe a little bit more, to get out of this funk and to get something decent. Otherwise, it's really going to be a qualifying offer. It's going to be 1 year, a little over $19 million for a prove it deal. And if somebody else takes them, they get the Mets get that team's first round draft pick. So, depending on how this goes, I really think that this is going to get ugly for the Mets. Now, if I'm Steve Cohen, I understand you have the money, but even if money is not an objective, and I do see Michael Conforto being a Met for life, the key thing that I have in mind here is that I just don't see him coming back for a large amount of money. Not if he's going to try and command the same amount of money as Javi Baez or Chris Bryant. So right now, it's a 12 and change $1 million deal for this year, his last year of arbitration. I think it would be fair because of Javi Baez. I think he's going to find something probably in like the 6 or 7 year range. As far as the total dollar amount, I do not know. Would it be crazy to see another Chris Bryant 10-year, 300 million? I honestly see it coming, though. I think realistically it's going to be like a 7 year, 240 ish, something around those lines. That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong. That's okay. I'm not sure, just because again, Scott Boras is the big bully in this baseball negotiating industry. And if we go by Michael Conforto, I think at most I would do is 5 years, $100 million, and chances are Scott Boras is going to tell you to wipe your butt with it. But I mean, if you sign that for a guy who's batting 200 at the end of the year or close to it, again, it's going to be a prove it deal. But will he take it? Will he take it? Probably not, but it can't hurt. It's going to be very interesting because Michael Conforto, who it's been a rough year. Josh Reddick is in depth right now, and he's got a higher batting average. But I mean, the fact that he's on a minor league deal just to keep this guy on his toes, and Josh Reddick's at the end of his career, 34, 35 years old. He's in a deep funk right now. We shall see, but I don't see anything could come from Michael Conforto right now, and it's sad because in 2019 you thought that this guy could be your next forever Met. Good during the COVID year, and now is there something in the water? Is there something going on in Queens? Because there's a magical something going on. And I use something in the water because usually it's the whole team that has it. That whole offense has been ice cold all year. Look down there. There's the scotch. Trust me, I get it. I know what cold is. And this has been a top three worst offense in all of baseball. But can they turn around? Right now, it's starting to not look like it. And Michael Conforto, who is eligible to be captain behind Jake, oh man, it's not looking good. They have to. I'm not going to count on them for August, but we'll go back early September and see how this goes. Take it easy, y'all.